Hello, and welcome to Spirit Among Us. When it comes to having fulfillment in this life, there are many things that seem to offer it. But God wants us to know that true fulfillment and satisfaction are only found in Jesus Christ. Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 and 38. Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." Let's start by looking at this command here. God created us for this purpose. The main purpose of our lives is to love God. That is the greatest commandment we have, to come into His love and respond with adoration of Him. You see, God knows that it's the only thing in this life that we can find true satisfaction with. We can only find fulfillment, true fulfillment in His love and by loving Him. Only when we love God with all that we are will we find that all of our needs are met and we will find true contentment in every situation. But that is only when we love Him with everything. Now great, that sounds so simple, right? All you need to do is love God, and then you'll be satisfied, you'll have joy. Now if only it were that simple. There are so many stumbling blocks in our way, so many obstacles in our lives, things that distract us from God and keep us from the promises He's given us. Yes, we can find true contentment and satisfaction and joy in every situation because of Him, but the truth is life distracts us. One distraction I know I've faced in my own life is from getting busy. When my life has gotten really busy, when I've had a lot on my plate, a lot of things to focus on and to do, sometimes I've often got distracted and attempted to find satisfaction in accomplishing things. So in other words, I try to find joy. I try to find that fulfillment that only comes from loving God instead in getting things done in my own life. I mean, getting something done makes us feel important. It makes us feel like we have a place. And because of this, getting something accomplished and accomplishing things can actually become an idol and can actually take us away from God. And I've found this to be true in my own life. Sometimes when I've gotten busy, instead of pressing into God and focusing on Him to get me through it, I rely on my own strength and focus on simply getting things done. But this is not the way God wants us to live. Now, this world would disagree with that statement. Our society would tell us that our worth is found in our accomplishments, what we can bring to the table. But you see, God's kingdom doesn't work that way. It's not about what we can bring to the table, because in reality, we can't bring anything of real, lasting value. All that matters in His kingdom is what He has already brought to the table. All that matters is what Jesus has already done. And this is exactly how God wants us to see our lives. He doesn't want our focus to be on the things we can get done, but on Him. Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 4. Since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things, for you died and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you will also appear with Him in glory. So how do we keep ourselves from getting distracted? How do we keep ourselves from getting distracted from loving God in our lives? There are so many things that promise satisfaction, but there is only one who delivers. So how can we live with that knowledge? Colossians tells us to set our hearts and minds on things above. Our lives are about so much more than what we are seeing now. God knows that big picture, and He created us to be found in Him. So the truth is, there is only one who can satisfy every need and every desire we have, and His name is Jesus. So let us run to Him with that promise today. Thank you for watching, and God bless.